Oh, hello everyone. How are you all tonight? I hope everyone is doing good. Let me put out the link to the normal places. No, I'm not gonna do anything for Twitter. I gotta get a bunch more people. That way I can check it on a variety of. Okay, so let's see streaming. Let's get that. Let's go over here. Let's get Cross Comics After Dark. Unfortunately, don't know whether or not Metal will be with me tonight, as he's probably on his way home from Detroit or Chicago. I forget where he said he was going for. What's the name of it? Easter. So I have no idea what I'm doing tonight. It's sort of up in the air. Ah! Oh, okay. Okay. Are we still going on YouTube? Hopefully. Yeah. So this last image, it's finally given me an idea for actually an event that I'm gonna have go on in my universe at some point, probably the 4-year mark, 4.5-year mark. I don't know any of the super details, the intimate details for it yet, but it's basically it's going to be complete darkness for a day. The sun does not come up for whatever reason, and they're going to have to fight all day. There's just going to be attack after attack after attack. And that got me why this image is like this. The shield, the suit, isn't made for prolonged battle. It stores up energy and uses energy to give the wearer the powers that it does. An all-day attack. Yeah. So the suit, it's not meant for like prolonged battle. So after, probably, close to probably the 20 or 30 hours, whatever it might be, prolonged battling, probably most of the suit's resources will be used up. Yeah, well, normally it recharges, I know it's got solar in it, probably a few other ways. But if, the sun doesn't come up, it can't recharge that way, It might be able to get some wind or whatever, from things. There's probably a few ways that it automatically recharges, but, some things just probably won't allow it to recharge. And after 20 hours of battling, the suits weaken. If the battle stops, the suit and put in the sunlight, it'll start to be able to recharge and repair itself. But what's the but? So have an Easter Bunny themed supervillain who tries to take the attention away from the true meaning of Easter. Not a bad idea, Joshua. So the rooster forgot to wake up the sun. Not exactly. I don't know. I was just this idea was just being contemplated in my mind starting over the last half hour, or maybe probably more 15 minutes. I bring this image up, and it's like, how does this happen? You know? And I just started thinking, hey, Rebellious, what is it with roosters and being late? Dr. Lovett. Timothy says. So, yeah, I'm thinking it'll be probably some major supervillain plan. And hello, Josh. Yeah, I said hello to everybody. Does the suit run on solar power? Not strictly on solar power. I don't know everything that gives it energy. Solar power is one thing. Hey, Gary, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. So yeah, there's, I was saying wind. There's probably going to be a few other ways that it powers itself too. So, yeah, and like I was saying, this is probably going to be an event that I do at about 4.5 year mark. Who did this cover? Well, it's not a cover per se, Gary. It's going to be a trading card that comes with my next campaign. But the main art, the line art, was done by Eric Nienotowski, and I did the colors. Now the Canadian Shield is getting more interest. Is it powered by Faith? No, not powered by Faith. So this will be something this event that's going to happen, and it's going to happen throughout the world. So there's going to be more than the Canadian Shield battling this. This is going to be like one of my 1 year event things. So there'll be other heroes that have been battling for 24 hours. They're really going to have to call on the whole community. Well, I've got his permission at this point to make it use it for free, to use it as a trading card. Maybe in the future for the event that I was starting to talk about, I'll see whether I can use it at that point for a cover for sure. What does she have to do with it, Joshua? Rebellious is saying hello. We hear you, we read you, Rebellious. So, like I said, I'm getting, this is an event. And it's more than just the Canadian Shield it's affecting, obviously. And I'm trying to come up with different names for the event at the moment. I've come up with the Day of Darkness, the day of the midday sun. Everything is annoying me. Why is everything annoying you? Pastry. Oh. Yeah, so like I said, I'm not sure what I'm doing tonight. I just brought this image stuff to have to start off with, and it got me thinking. So, and I just created an event because of it in my comic universe that I don't know much about. And the event spurred on what causes this. Normal life equals no spare time to do my hobbies. Yeah, that's a pain for sure. Why wouldn't the shield fly to the other side of the Earth? Does he still believe in the flat Earth at that time? No. He could, but this day of darkness, this day of the midday sun is happening everywhere. Like it is technically, it's noon and it's as black as night. Like possibly we're talking a night, like a night without no moon. I don't want another lockdown. I want us out of lockdown here. But so it's noon and it's as dark as night. Where he is. So it's going to be technically night on the other side of the Earth, Joshua. This is happening. So the sky is blacked out. Yeah, somehow I'm not sure how the event is going to happen yet. It's just something I thought off of, like I said, maybe 20 minutes ago, half an hour. So I like the fact that Eric did this because it spurred on an idea. Are you going to have a part 1? So let's say the Canadian Shield 5 and number 5 and part 2. Let's say Snowdrift number 12. I want to be an antisocial cartoonist, like in The Matrix. You get me an example? Well, I can't say for sure 100% Timothy at the moment. They're probably just like how DC did. They did back in the 90s. They did like Final Night. That was a 4-issue miniseries, and then most of their major books had tie-ins, if not all. That would be what this would be like. Something similar. And possibly Joshua. Because people suck. Yeah, people suck, but you're going to have to deal with people with or without a lockdown. And I'd rather have my freedom and deal with people than not have my freedom and deal with people. Because then, at least with my freedom and having to deal with people, then I can actually go and do something that most likely I enjoy and de-stress or whatever. Right now, you can't do any, well, at least where I am. There's very little you can do to go and de-stress, like watch a movie, Yeah, I can watch a movie here at home, but it's not the same as going to the movie theater. Like the amusement, not that I can usually afford it, but the amusement park that's close to us was closed last year. Have you made a bad guy who could be responsible for the darkness? I may have, I don't know. Like this is going to be some coordinated bad guy assault, I would say offhand. Obviously, I'm not going to say 100%. That the bad guys of my universe get together and they plan this, That was kind of inventing hard to clunker. Or a bunch of them do plan this and, somehow to make the sun go dark or block the sky and all that. And just keep it dark, Dr. Darkness. I do have a character named Darkness, but he would not be able to pull this off. I do have some scientists that might be able to help pull it off. And then again, I also do have a few magic people that might. I don't think it's going to be done by clouds or anything, because then, say, a character like Ozona could easily get the clouds to go away. My, weather character. I've got a little bit of time to think about exactly everything that's going to go on. So have a giant hologram or illusion or something. Well, it probably could, maybe some sort of solid hologram, but if it's, depending on, it's gonna probably have to be induced. Like I said, if it's natural weather based, obviously Ozona's going to be able to deal with it. If it's tech based, the Wiz will be able to deal with it, be able to detect it and deal with it. The bad guy has really cool cover. Everybody's wanting this as a cover. This is going to be a trading card at the moment, Rebellious. The bad guy has to have the ability to move giant asteroids to block out the sun. Yeah. Possibly, yeah, Timothy. And not just the sun, possibly even just the sky in general, so there's no light coming in from outer space. A magic unit turns the sun black. Yeah. But yeah, the motive has to be a good one though. Yeah, for sure, Timothy. That's a. And like I said, it's a coordinated attack. So it's going to be like my version of the Injustice League, which I have plans for, coordinating this attack, amongst all the villains of Earth or whatever. I hate now that there's has to be a bad guy to every conflict. I always call a bad guy, but I'm just misunderstood. Well, sometimes that's the best bad guys, Rebellious. Look at Magneto. I'm not sure how familiar you are with comics. Magneto. He's just trying to he just has a different way of trying to save mutant kind. And I'm sure there's lots of others too. Well, that is the formula for storytelling. Thanos is a good example. Well, it also depends on the type of storytelling you want to do. If you want to do Archie type storytelling, there doesn't have to be a bad guy for every conflict necessarily. Sometimes for an Archie story, it's just overcoming an obstacle in life. It all depends on what style of comic you want to do or storytelling you want to do. unfortunately, there doesn't necessarily have to be a bad guy even in real life conflict. Some people just want to paint somebody as a bad guy. No matter what. Or they don't say it, but they do somewhat treat somebody like a bad guy. So yeah, and just with that in mind, now everybody can know, everybody else out there knows. Another thing, for we call a possible weakness for the shield, the power. There's only so much power in the suit, but normally he's powering up probably 90% of the time, or 99% of the time, and not doing enough to deplete the suit's resources, for lack of a better way of saying it. Well, basically, the point of a bad guy is to give the hero motive to be a hero. I really got depressed and snap. Then this one person turns everyone against me. Oh, that is definitely not good, rebellious. But unfortunately, crap like that happens, and I know that's no comfort, or very little comfort. You just have to be the better person and rise above it, ignore it, and just go on with your life. Yeah, I won't say it's not hard. Did you try to explain to them why would they do that, Pacer? I'm sorry that happened. I'm not sure who did it to you, or whatever, and I don't need to necessarily know the details. Yeah, and I know it's not hard. I know it's hard just going on with all the crap that is, but it's more sad than anything. But unfortunately, if people want to believe the other person over you, all you can do is just move on and forget. So Timmy said, sort of forget them, because, like I said, the unfortunate part is sometimes people come and go out of your life. I've had that happen lots in my life, and I don't like it, but and I know this probably just recently happened, so it's even harder. You just gotta let people. You just can't dwell on it, and I think that's the hardest part. So yeah, there's probably going to be no Metal here tonight because he's probably on his way home from wherever he is. Or trying. Those people are in my damn preview. Oh, I think you mean on your thing. Well, yeah, you let it happen once, and then you don't have to put them in another. That's the great thing. Things change. Just think of movies, Rabias. How many times are the previews for movies? There's a scene in the preview that never makes it to the premiere. What was that noise? Oh, that was me opening a bottle of pop, Joshua. My friend Dave bought me a 2-liter bottle of cola. Yep, cutting room floor. Exactly. Oh, what to do? So, we talked about this and my now ideas for another event in my comic universe and what this is, what it takes for this to happen. So, chug it across. It's a 2-liter bottle. I ain't chugging that all. I might be able to chug it all if it was like 500 milliliters. Jeez. What do I... yeah, I'm not even sure whether you understand what I heard me. So I heard someone discussing Godzilla versus King Kong. Yeah, they were discussing a little bit in my chat this morning, or earlier this afternoon. Oh, and everybody, let me play a little something for you. Although,
hey, one and all, Cross Comics is now on Odyssey, and we are streaming live Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. What are we doing? You'll have to find out by going over there and subscribing and following and all that lovely stuff. So hopefully we'll see you over there. Link in the description.
okay, so there. And we started earlier today on their Mario Odyssey. We started this on there. We did about 45 minutes on there, a little bit less time than I was planning, but you can see me finishing this up on there tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No, not Shazam. Captain Marvel, Timothy. Repeat after me. Captain Marvel. No, the real Captain Marvel. Shazam. He can't call himself Shazam, Timothy. That's how he transforms. If he says, "Hi, I'm Shazam," he's Billy Batson. Let's see whether somebody recognizes this. Hey, Jeff Potts. Thank you for stopping by. I'm not sure. I hope Gary's still here watching. Let me Google that. Google what? Can he put the word Shazam in quotes? Kazam. Shazam is the name of... Oh, no, it's not even... Is that the wizard's name? Shazam? Because Shazam actually stands for something. It's really bad idea to chug something on a car trip. Yeah. Oh, you mean, can you recognize that? Shananazam. Why do you think in the movie, when he says, say my name, and then he says, no, my other name, to get to this, that he doesn't say it outright because he can't, because otherwise he'd be turning back to Billy Batson. Yeah, it's the wizard's thing. The wizard Shazam. But it also stands for the powers that he has. I forget what S stands for. Hercules, Apollo, Zeus, Samson. But it's characters. No, it's not. If you look back, he was created by Fawcett Comics, and his name is Captain Marvel. He's only gone by Shazam lately because of the whole battle between DC and Marvel with the name. Because DC can't have it as a title because of Marvel having the trademark. And DC can call him Captain Marvel in the comics. It's all because of legal issues between DC and Marvel. Let's see here. DC's Captain Marvel. Brothers. It was 1972 that happened, man. Cross, do you like... Yeah, it's nice. See? Right there. Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel. Then again, there's also this Captain Marvel. Rick remembers it like it was yesterday. But yeah, except I wasn't bored. See, DC also has Captain Marvel Jr. What year was that, Rick? Captain Marvel Adventures, Volume 1, 131. I have no idea what year this was. And see here, the original Captain Marvel. 20 cents. This is February. With one word, magic word, Shazam. The original Captain Marvel. Not sure when this sell me comic books. This is 1942. But they still called him, and this was, when is this one? Inside the book, he was still called Captain Marvel with these ones. And this is 1986 or after. I'm kind of bored with cross arguing with trademarks. Okay, well, maybe we go back to something else. I don't know what. Even in Justice League and Justice League Adventures and all that were on the TV, or Justice League Unlimited, he was called Captain Marvel. I think somebody switched that. I think that used to say, or it's just that they can't have it there. I agree with pastry. Okay, so we'll go back to something else. We'll go back to Titan. Oh no, what have we done? Says Timothy. Oh, what shall we do? What shall we do with the drunken Timothy? What shall we do with the drunken Timothy? So early in the morning. Yeah, let's argue about something else that is petty but love. I don't drink anymore, says Timothy. I've never drank. Actually, that's not true, Timothy. Neither of us don't drink. We drink. We drink water. We drink pop. We drink grape juice or whatever kind of liquid. We just don't drink alcohol. I feel like this channel has more of a community vibe than fandom one. Well, it probably does, especially at the moment. Is Moosehead Lager actually made from Moosehead? I don't think so, Jeff Potts. And that's probably a virtual cheers, says Timothy. More like a controlled, says Joshua. Oh, yeah. Well, that's because I think you've listened to the opening of High Noon a few times, Rebellious, and that's sort of what Yeah, is there going to probably be a little bit more fandom as Cross Comics becomes famous and more of a household name? Hopefully. Just as I refuse to be Cliff Clavin. Well, the actor of Cliff Clavin, if I'm right, Jeff Potts, has become a Christian, but I could be wrong. Because he's been in a couple Christian movies. Now, I don't know what you think about that, but, you know. Like Hangouts James. Why not Cliff? He was funny. Have you not seen The Mail Carrier? Joshua, the mail carrier from Cheers. Cliff Clavin. Yeah, Rotzenberg is a Christian. High noon meaning someone gets stoned at noon. No, high noon meaning maybe I should rename high noon. High noon is, you know, when the gunfighters of the Old West would sometimes get in the middle of town and prepare to draw on each other. No, it's a term for a shootout. But I took the term draw as in to draw comics or whatever. Don't you dare, Rick. Don't I dare what? Ratzenberg is also a traditionalist, hence the reason why Hollywood wouldn't back him anymore. Book him anymore. Yeah, sort of like a bunch of other Christian artists, too. Probably the reason Dean Cain has a hard time getting booked. Kevin Sorbo. I know there's a couple others. Gavin McLeod? The captain of the Love Boat. High noon should be start at 4:20. High noon is an awesomely bad open. Oh, don't I dare. In other words, change the name High Noon. Yeah, and if those who want to, if you could share this out, let people know we are here talking, doing whatever. Like I said, I'm not doing a lot at the moment. I'm just not sure what I came on tonight. Didn't know what I was going to do. You know, we found out what this picture's all about. Or I was finding out just before the stream I shared with you. Today's verse of the day. The poor guy across this picture. It's far my favorite opening. Today's verse of the day. The poor guy across this picture. Yeah, the Joker. I love how I referred to the Joker in that. Mr. J? Hey, Harley! Cross Comics After Dark. Yeah, I gotta come up with a theme song for Cross Comics After Dark. I tried to do one a while back, but I don't know. Almost, Rick, almost. Peter Parker! Although I don't think the laugh should be there for Peter Parker. I'm not sure who should be there for. Let's see. Oh, what shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor so early? Use the Cold Chalk Night Stalker theme. Yeah, well, I don't want something that I'm gonna get hit with. Knight Rider, damn it. I need to go Green Goblin, Joker Goblin, Green Joker Goblin. Most innocent night show ever. Maybe you can use snippets from the Knight Rider theme. Yeah. I was thinking of doing that. Actually, do I have it saved somewhere? I do have it saved. I have a bunch of clippets from a bunch of old night shows or whatever. I'm not even sure where it is, where I have it saved. Or whether I still do have it saved. Cross Comics After Dark. Oh, come on, be a rebel. Live life on the edge. Oh, I can't believe Dillard. I still can't believe Dillard did a verse of the day. It was good pastry. Laugh out loud. Hey, Elric, how are you? You tried so hard to sound humble. So, type. How are you, Elric? Oh, yeah, I just asked that and you answered. You're good. You're good. You know what? Let me. Might have to stick up Dillard on this one. Says Timothy. Where's Eagle? I want to smack him about Godzilla Recon. What's our power? That's just part of who he is. So, Elric, I finally figured out what could cause this damage to the Canadian Shield. Just before I got on air, I loaded this up because I didn't know what I was going to do, so I wanted something, just interesting for people to look at. No, at the moment, this is going to be a trading card with the next thing. I've got Eric Niemitowski's permission. And we're going to have a power set on the Canadian Shield on the back of it. I've got to figure out what that's going to be, of course. Like strength level and all that. But what I figured out, I'm going to be creating an event at about the 4.5-year mark of my comics. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to call it, but basically the whole planet goes dark. No sun, no light, whatever of any sort. Well, maybe there'll be regular lights, power, electricity, and all that. I'm not sure exactly. Obviously, I haven't worked out the details since I just created this just before I came on stream. Send me 2 when I make my order. I like the look of that card. Yeah. Yeah, and meanwhile, I've showed this before, too. So it's like, it's weird that people keep asking. But, basically, with that idea, I came up with the concept. I know the suit's power, gets some energy from solar power, and it's probably got a few other ways that it gets energy to produce the effects that it does for him. Can you change the color on the red letters of the Canadian Shield? I can, but the reason I have it that way is because of the Canadian flag with the red on the outside. Not solar power, solar power. Cross Comics End of Days. Well, actually, Ulrich, once I get my thing up for whatchamacallit, my pre-launch campaign, anybody who signs up beforehand and actually orders something will get one of these for free. Hey, Marsupial. Well, he's not weak to energy blast, Ulrich. And actually, probably an energy blast, the suit might absorb it and power him a little bit. Yeah, a few people have thought that, Rebellious, but I haven't come to any of your Twitch streams yet either, Marsupial. I need to... mate, you gotta make sure you put them up on Twitch or Twitter. Know people that are doing it. Know that you're doing it. That's how I knew about a few Mallet ones that I watched over there. But yeah, it's powered a few different ways, the suit, to give the shield his powers. But basically, the event that I'm creating for the 4.5-year mark is basically, like I said, it's an lights are out. It's an all day, and it's coordinated villain attack, and the villains are attacking like non-stop for a minimum of 24 hours. The ceiling. I always tweet it. I never see it. So basically, I've concluded that the suit is not meant for prolonged battle. So the shield has been battling for, probably a good, 20, 30 hours or something like that at this point. So the suit's coming apart because it's low on energy. Thus, it can't keep itself together. Because most of the time the shield's battling, it's not going like an hour. It's probably not going an hour or two. It's probably going 10-15 minutes max. You know, yeah, he can do a direct, probably a half decent, you know, a few hours battle. Also, basically, he's weak to long battles. Got it. Yeah. So now there is a way for the Canadian Shield to fight Buckler. Oh, there's always been a way. The Canadian Shield wouldn't last in your standard anime fight. Why? How long are your standard anime fights? Do they go for days on end? And there's the thing, too. The suit even sustains them to go prolonged hours, too. You know, because it enhances, I think, stamina, if I remember right. Or durability. It enhances the stamina to a degree. Depends if you read Manga Weekly, sure. So you're saying most animes or most manga battles go days, not minutes or hours? Like I said, he probably could be good for 2 or 3 hours, no problem. Like I said, this is probably a minimum of 20 hours, maybe longer fighting. This is close in that event. This is going to be close to what he looks like near the end. Yeah, we didn't do a show this. We'll be back on YouTube and Twitch on Wednesday. Yeah, following on Twitch is free. Subscriptions are paid. Being an actual paid subscription on there. All I'm saying, waiting for the next chapter is basically a battle. Okay, well. Yeah, but to get paid over, well, you can get your paid subscribers, although it's hard though. But following's free like here. But you need, what is it? 100 there? Or 30 or 50, something like that. Just enter into a partnership over there. I'm thinking of doing a giveaway. What should I give away, Rick? A game? You're a gaming channel, so giving away a game would make sense. Giveaway Rick. That's a good idea. The shield wouldn't last long, especially against Dio from JoJo's. That's hard to say, Alric. I'm not sure what the Canadian Shield power levels are for sure, obviously. I haven't completely decided that. But at the same time, if I remember Dio, those battles that they went on, how long did they last between him and what's his name? And they were probably pretty evenly matched. The Shield might be more powerful than him. A Monster Hunter Rise. Problem is not everyone has a Switch. Maybe that Maybe that or a Steam gift card. Yeah. No, we'd take him. Except Mrs. Dillard. Yeah, because Steam gift card would be a gift card to the platform of their choice, because maybe not all of them have Steam. Maybe because somebody who has a Switch doesn't necessarily can't get Steam game. So depending on then if you can outdo Dio, then cars. Well, like I said, I won't argue too much on thing, because I don't know anybody's power level and I don't know how long they can fight. I'm not even sure exactly how long the Shield could fight. Even in this form, like I said, this is, we'll say, minimum of 20 hours fighting straight or close to straight. And he's still got a fair amount of power even with this, I would say. I can play Monster Hunter Rise because if I can't play Monster Hunter Rise because if I did, I wouldn't be watching YouTube or anything else for weeks due to the fact that I get so addicted. Like, guidance is the best weapon. Yeah, like I said, he'd probably be somewhat powered down from this with the suit somewhat cut open and all that, and less power. But I still think he'd have, he'd still be able to be throwing that tree into space. Yeah, game stunk giveaway. We gift card left upload. April Fools is over, Joshua. But maybe, yeah, Marsupial, just whoever wins, yes, which platform they want the gift card on, and where you can have it, we'll say, emailed to. A digital gift card, Who has watched my April Fool's video on this channel? I did. I was there in the chat. It's now April Fool's Pride Month, says Joshua. Yeah, because in this, you can even tell he's still ready to go a few rounds. Is he still invincible? I wouldn't say invincible. Obviously, there's parts of the costume that are open, So I'm sure somebody, if they're good enough, could get a nice blade or something in there to cut them. Yeah, with the suit, yes. Without, not so much. Will he die, then get raised from the dead like Superman? No. And actually, I've been thinking about Dillard's thing with the Canadian Shield and the Buckler. In the Buckler verse or the Curse verse, the Shield is mainly different. I don't think the Holy Warriors ever formed. He would have friends, but he wouldn't have as many friends. He wouldn't have the superpowered friends. He wouldn't have his super friends that he does in my universe. So maybe the shield could crack at the end in Dillard's verse or with the buckler. Suit in Invincible for a while. I get it. Superman didn't die. He was only on cooldown. So I'm thinking maybe in the Buckler verse or Curse verse, the Canadian Shield versus the Buckler and the thing. Well, maybe the Shield just cracks because he hasn't had the same support as he would have in my universe. Do you have any characters who can raise the dead? Well, technically, all the Christian characters can. Whether they will have enough faith to, or however you might word that, I'm not sure. Sorry, says Timothy. The suit is invincible for a while. Yeah. How did? How will you do? How will you do? Kill the buckler? I have no idea, Rabias. That's up to John. I've just presented, I think, a decent solution. Actually, technically, in a sense, the shield in issue 4 of his raises the dead. Will he snap his neck? Jimmy does. Like I said, I have no idea about that. I've thought about Dillard. Dillard asked me about it, and I sort of thought about it. So he is Jesus. No, he's not Jesus. Rick, did you like how I included the shield in my post? What post? Did you post recently that I didn't see? having enough faith to resurrect the dead. That's not a good message. That's kind of like how people don't come up after in the Disney crap movie sold because they didn't believe hard enough. Hello, Mallet. Oh, I see that. Yeah, now. I did not see that before, just now. I liked it, and we're going to retweet it. I think it's an interesting power, but it kind of breaks reality. Well, I don't know completely how it is. Obviously, we know Christ had the power to raise the dead. Obviously, we see Paul had the power from God, of course. Because there's a thing where he's preaching all night. Some guy falls out of a window, falls down to the ground, like from a second story or third story window, falls down to the ground, dies, and Paul lays over him, and he's healed, brought back to life. And I'm sure there's a couple other instances as well. That I can't think of offhand. Of the dead being brought back to life. Oh, I'm so tired tonight. I'm going to go to sleep. Okay, later, Rebellious. Have a good night. Good sleep. I'll be praying for you, or trying to remember to pray for you. And all the hardships you're having. Oh. What if some mad religious zealot believes in God resurrects evil monsters or demons? Well, see, there's there in and of itself is a mad religious zealot would not believe in the God of the Bible, so he wouldn't be able to raise the dead. He wouldn't be doing under God's power or Christ's power, and he certainly wouldn't be raising evil monsters if it was, say, somebody like the Canadian Shield or whatever. You certainly wouldn't do a demon. That's why breaks reality in the cross verse. It's a Christian comic book after all, right? Good night, Rebellious. That's what I mean. Not why I laugh out loud. That would be an interesting idea. Now, of course, also we know in Revelation the Antichrist is going to be brought back to life. But is that a fake resurrection somehow? I'm not sure. A Christian versus someone who is a religious zealot. Yeah, but they would probably not be a religious zealot in the same sense as Canadian Shield, or if you would like to consider Canadian Shield a religious zealot, I would consider him that. There's lots of religious zealots out there, that's for sure. Like, you guys probably all know who Fred Phelps is. I think anybody from his type of church, any of one of those people trying to raise the dead, it would never happen. Is the Antichrist Canadian universe? Probably not. It would be like Charles Xavier versus Magneto. Or, I agree with Joshua, is there one? Eventually, yeah, the Antichrist would appear in my comics because I've even got sort of plans for that. Like, my Legion of Superheroes type thing takes place after the Antichrist has been thrown into the pit and the bottomless pit, and then is released for a season. I've thought of even trying to do a Christian superhero based stuff for during the quote unquote tribulation. I'm just not sure how it would work. What if the Mad Religious Zealot was made into a storyline on Crushing Him about basically the devil? The devil tricks the believer. Well, probably from the beginning, the Mad Religious Zealot would think he's serving God to begin with, but would ultimately, he wouldn't even be serving God to begin with. He would just be thinking he is. Does the rapture exist in your universe? Well, it will, obviously, at the point that the shield and all that are operating. It has not happened yet. I'm yet to put, if I do that, I've yet to determine which version I will be going with, pre, mid, or post. I know I'm one who says, I first of all, I know, according to Scripture, all three positions can defend themselves pretty good. It's their interpretation. I personally prefer a pre-trib rapture, just because of, don't really want to be here during all that stuff. But ultimately, I say it's going to pan out the way it's supposed to pan out. I have no control over that. Like a religious zealot, especially if they're supposed to be going to answering, or especially if they're supposed to be Christian, would probably be more along the lines of Fred Phelps, Westboro Bro Baptist. There still needs to be a soda villain. Just saying. Or it could even be some other cult type thing. I'm not sure. There still has to. If I did that, I'd have to work out a lot of details. But I do like the idea, and I probably thought of it. Well, actually, sort of, not in the sense that you're thinking, but my character, Ultraviolet, is sort of a religious zealot. Yeah, a lot of theologians debate on the various interpretations of Revelation. Yes, agreed. But some of, I think, Daniel and Ezekiel go in with it too. Yeah, she thinks she's the wrath of God incarnate because she's gotten raised by a bunch of different cults and all that. She was orphaned and then raised up in the foster community or something to that effect, if I remember right. And she got tossed around from home to home, being given a bunch of different theological stuff. So when her powers come to her, a demon comes to her and she makes her think that, she's the wrath of God incarnate. So probably not quite what you mean by religious zealot, but one could probably consider her a religious zealot. And then I do have a couple others that are sort of religious zealot, but based on cults. Your angel of death awaits. Yeah. Oh, so she's crazy. Okay, no, just don't ask culture violence on a date. Well, eventually, she's going to find her way and actually become a real believer. But, that's sort of a spoiler, but, I'm not going to say when and how it happens exactly. But in the first year, Ultraviolet makes a cross-country tour, shall we say. You see her first in Insecto. Then you see her next in The Flame. Then follow, I'm not sure whether it's Canadian Shield, then The Wiz, or Wiz, then Canadian Shield. One of the two. And then I think it's over to Electride, then Snowdrift, then Ozona. Battling them all individually. Well, you don't really see her walking, and she'd probably be more flying. Are there any secret societies in your universe? Probably, but you probably more means like Skull and Bones, but I think there is. I'm not sure whether I probably just haven't fleshed them out, if I have any, or said about any. So, yeah, you don't see her walking at all. She appears in Insecto. He fights her off. She takes off from where he is, flying. And then you see her pop up in the flame, doing her destruction. He stops her. She flies off. Same basic thing. Teach. Next character. Canadian Illuminati confirmed. I'm not sure whether I'd call anything I did Canadian. The Secret Society of Carbonation. Says Elric. Uh, but yeah, I have some things planned. I need to redo part of Snowdrift number 2. I need to make sure it's ready for after my next campaign. I need to make sure the next 3 comics are all written. I lost part of Snowdrift. No, number 2. Number 2. I lost part of the script for that a long time ago. So apparently on Facebook you will get banned if you make jokes about Sailor Moon for some stupid reason. I just got a notification from Clownfish TV. Laugh aloud. We'll watch it later. Okay, that's crazy. Sailor Spoon will get you in trouble on Facebook. Zuck is a weeb. Yeah, apparently, yes, I mean, really, why would making fun of a 90s anime get you banned on Facebook? Who knows? Well, next time Eric Munitowski's on, I'm going to have to make sure I go over there and thank him for doing this because it's inspired the Major Cross Comics event. I don't think Zuck knows what anime is or where it comes from. Hate speech against cartoon laymen. Women. So what else can we talk about tonight? Uh, One day fictional characters will have human rights. I will say here and now, cartoon characters aren't real. They don't have any feelings, let alone individuality. Uh, I can, I think I can concur with that, Ulrich. Although somehow I believe Joshua too. The Canadian Shield is real. Heck, I just wish the suit was real and I could have it. Then the Canadian Shield would be real. And he'd have a new secret identity. Although I'm not sure I was saying that with you guys on this stream. He'd have a new secret identity. The sad part is I also agree with Joshua due to how stupid our society is. Says Elric. So you're saying he's a self-insert wish fulfillment character? Possibly. I've said before there's a little bit of him in me. Or a little bit of me and him, which however you want to say it. I know there's a lot of me in Insecto. Probably going to be a little bit of the Wiz in me. And although I'm probably going to make more of the personality, try and make more of the personality of the Flame based on my friend Chris. Just a little bit of the Flame's history of getting teased through school and all that. There's a little bit of mine, but my friend Chris did too, so. I'm actually thinking about moving to Japan to get away from the craziness. Question is, Alric, would Japan let you move there? I'd like to go somewhere to get away from this. Do you have a story where the Canadian Shield goes to the real world and meets you and becomes your best friend? No, I don't. I have yet to self-insert myself into my comic universe in that regard, like Stan Lee. Maybe one day, though. Yes, they would. I can be a manga assistant or simply a language ambassador just by learning Japanese. Cool. Maybe I should move there too. I do have Japanese shield. Yes. He walks through your door and solves all your problems. Yeah, I wish. Yeah, he couldn't walk through my door and solve all my problems. But he certainly might be a nice mascot if he did. The real Canadian Shield might sell like hotcakes. Help me sell the book like hotcakes. Oh, so also I'm going to show you guys this. I got the first preliminary sketch from Ephraim of his first attempt at Snowdrift. So what would you do if he came to use him as advertising? I don't know what I'd do. Probably a little, but for sure using advertisement. So there is. Wait, I just thought of the craziest idea. If a fictional character gets human rights, can we make them bend? Can we make them bend laws to our sense, to our will, since we control what they say and do? So yeah, here's his first attempt at drawing Snowdrift in costume. So what else would you do, Rick? I honestly don't know. Depends on how long he's here for. Then again, maybe I would just go try and see whether he could take me into my comic verse for a bit. Meet all the other characters. Or at least the good guys. Take over the Canadian. Who drew that? Efren Crespo, my artist that's been on the Canadian Shield. I'm going to be getting him to do Snowdrift. Now the suit isn't quite right, and I've let him know. But I just thought you guys might enjoy a first look at this. Melo went with his family, I think, to Chicago or Detroit or somewhere like that. So for Easter dinner, so he's probably on his way home. He's here for as long as you need up until you learn life's lesson, and he fulfills his mission. And what life lesson is this that I have to learn? Nice, says Elric. So say for me, you guys are the first people that get to see this. It might not be Chicago. I'm not quite sure. I know he said on a stream last week, so I could be remembering where he said wrong. So he should be back for tomorrow. I wasn't expecting him to be here tonight. That you need to get a job. But isn't doing the Cross Comics universe being artist or whatever you want to call me? Having a job, it may not be a job that pays well or pays at all. But isn't it a job, technically? Being the CEO of Cross Comics? Heck, having him as a mascot and being able to maybe sell comics, especially his comics, because of it, that would help me probably make money that's making it a paying job. Especially if I started filming him doing things. I'm sure if I started filming him doing things and put it on YouTube or places, I'd make a lot of money. See, you're still. So what else would you do if he became real? Or at least in your opinion, I haven't learned a life lesson. Um, maybe see whether he'd let me borrow the suit. I become the Canadian Shield in this universe. Although as soon as he's gone with the suit, I'm no longer the Canadian Shield. People would say it's fake and CGI. Possibly. But if I had him doing spectacular stuff, it would still might get some people's attention. Alright, I'm going to tip out a little early. Fun cross later, Joshua. Okay, later, Ulrich. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Bye for now. God bless. Have a great, wonderful day, night, whatever. It says there's only 4 watching. Maybe I should take off a little early too. Not many people watching. I don't know what else to talk about either, so. Yeah, it's just you and me now. Yeah. Do you want me to stick it out for the 14 more minutes, Joshua, or 13 maybe by the time you answer this, or do you just think I should end it now for the evening? Okay, we're not getting an answer either way from Joshua, so yeah, I think I'm just gonna end here now. Oh, nah, you can leave. I guess I won't take it personally. I guess. Bye. I guess. Okay, well, hopefully see you tomorrow, Joshua, for high noon, maybe after dark. Oh, and remember, everybody.
Hey, One and All Cross Comics is now on Odyssey, and we are streaming live Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. What are we doing? You'll have to find out by going over there and subscribing and following and all that lovely stuff. So hopefully we'll see you over there. Link in the description.